Now at 5, dramatic images after more than 20 federal search warrants executed in Minnesota.
FBI search warrant, make yourself known.
As part of a massive ongoing fraud investigation, 5 Eyewitness News has you covered on this big story with crews at multiple scenes all day.
Can you talk to us about the FBI operation here today?
Nothing I know.
Tracking new details in this coordinated effort.
I looked at the ring camera this morning. They came in, guns out.
Tonight, we're hearing from people at the center of these warrants and the community feeling the impact, breaking down how we got here and the questions growing tonight at the state capitol.
Then, later, concerns over charter schools shuttering their doors. We're asking what's behind the recent closures and the new push to keep these classrooms open. Those stories and more right now on 5 Eyewitness News.
And first tonight, dramatic video from cities across the metro. A major escalation today in the ongoing effort to root out fraud in government-funded programs. We thank you for joining us here at 5 o'clock this evening. I'm Leah McClain.
I'm Paul Folger. In total, 22 search warrants were executed at locations all around the Twin Cities in a coordinated operation. Our team witnessed several of these early morning raids, and today we are breaking down which programs are being targeted, the community reaction, and how your tax dollars are impacted in all of this. We start our team coverage on this fraud investigation with Ryan Raish, who watched 2 of these raids go down. Ryan.
Yeah, Paul, multiple daycare owners got quite the surprise this morning when federal agents came knocking, in some cases with guns drawn and a search warrant in hand. The Department of Justice telling us tonight this is all part of a sweeping fraud investigation.
From Burnsville to Shakopee to St. Paul and Minneapolis. By 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, this was the scene across the Twin Cities. Federal agents raided at least 9 daycares, 5 autism centers, and 1 restaurant.
When I looked at the ring camera this morning, they came in, guns out.
Kasim Bashiri owns A+ Universal in Shakopee. We caught up with him as he gathered his belongings.
According to them, they have a search warrant.
Yes, sir.
And I'm still trying to wait and see what the search warrant says, but we are still operational.
The daycares under investigation get taxpayer dollars that are supposed to help families who can't afford the care. 5 Investigates has highlighted the gaps in the program, and a YouTuber brought it to the mainstream back in December. Today, the State Department of Children, Youth and Families, which oversees the program, said multiple agencies work together to, quote, root out fraud and hold bad actors accountable. That early morning coordination caught many off guard.
We've had a lot of experience with ICE in this area. So that's why our neighbors were on alert this morning to kind of let each other know what was happening.
At the original child care center in Minneapolis, federal and state agents spent more than 5 hours inside. When they finally emerged, they carried box after box after box, along with various electronics, to a waiting truck. I approached the man who was allowed in at one time and then waited in his car for agents to finish.
Excuse me, sir, can we get a couple minutes? Can we just have 1 second? We just want to get your side of the story, sir. One daycare owner tells us that the agents were seeking various student records and described the search warrant as very broad. Now, some of these businesses opened right back up after the raids. Others put a lock on the door and appeared to shut down. Live in Minneapolis tonight, Ryan Raish, 5 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Ryan. Now, before today's early morning raids, investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen followed a tip to the Phillips neighborhood in Minneapolis.
Now, Eric continues our team coverage, speaking with the owner of one of the daycare centers now under federal investigation.
The owner of Metro Learning Center insists his business was serving real kids and families, but we still had questions for him after the FBI showed up at his door just after sunrise.
Mr. Abdullahi?
Less than 30 minutes before we approached the man identified as Abdullahi Musi, the FBI broke open the door to his business.
FBI search warrant, make yourself known.
Metro Learning Center on 13th Avenue in Minneapolis, among several daycares where federal agents served search warrants before 7 a.m.
Can you talk to us about the FBI operation here today?
Nothing I know.
Did they share anything with you?
Only the Bible.
Only the documents?
Yes. 5 Investigates found Metro Learning Center received nearly $500,000 since 2023 in the form of grants from multiple state agencies.
There's been sort of the broader allegation about a lot of child care centers billing the state, billing taxpayers for care they didn't provide. Are you still serving kids and families at this center?
Yes. Hours later, agents emerged from the daycare with boxes full of evidence. Just months removed from Operation Metro Surge, one person who asked not to be identified expressed skepticism about the feds returning to their neighborhood.
I live a few blocks away, have never experienced any safety issues resulting from the folks on this block, and so I want to keep an eye on what any federal agencies are doing here.
This daycare is part of a larger Somali mall here in Minneapolis. Off camera, the manager of that mall told me the morning raid had his fellow Somali American business owners on edge, but he added that anybody who doesn't follow the law should be held accountable. In Minneapolis, Eric Rasmussen, 5 Eyewitness News.
Hey, Eric, and remember, 5 Eyewitness News first told you about the questions surrounding the Child Care Assistance Program last year. That's when our Jay Coles dug into the active investigations at some child care centers. Our reporting at the beginning of last year led to growing questions at the state capitol. And today's raids renewed that conversation about oversight at child care centers that receive your tax dollars.
So Renee Cooper continues our team coverage right now after sitting in on an afternoon House Fraud Committee hearing with lawmakers looking for answers. Renee.
Yeah, that's right. We're told DHS, Minnesota DHS, declined an invitation to testify at that hearing. But the Department of Children, Youth and Families, which oversees the CCAP program, did testify, and lawmakers pressed the DCYF commissioner about those warrants, particularly the one executed at Quality Learning Center, and whether it remains true that DCYF has not found evidence of fraud at that center. Now, the DCYF Inspector General, who was also at the hearing, says they stopped payments but did not revoke the provider's license or shut them down, telling us the center shut down on its own in January after incorrect data in their system led them to believe it had closed weeks prior. Now, after the meeting, I asked the state commissioner who oversees child care programs if officials believed there could be possible fraud at the Quality Learning Center now today as the FBI knocked down the doors. At this point, do you believe there are legitimate allegations of fraud against Quality Learning Center?
So that's something I can't speak to. I want to make sure that anything that the federal government is doing around those investigations, that we don't inadvertently, share any information that could impede that.
Now, coming up tonight at 10 on Nightcast, we'll hear from a new whistleblower who opened up to lawmakers. He's a former CCAP fraud criminal investigator who says that the system he worked for ultimately suppressed his work. For now, live at the state capitol, Renee Cooper, 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, Renee, thank you. We're now tracking reaction from leaders across Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz saying, quote, if you commit fraud in Minnesota, you're going to get caught. And that's exactly what we saw today. Joint investigations work and securing justice depends on it. Senate Republican leaders, though, put the blame back on Governor Walz, saying in part, quote, Minnesotans deserve better. Instead of results, we've seen billions in federal and state dollars funneled into programs plagued by waste, mismanagement, and outright fraud. Federal agents also raided 5 autism centers across the metro today, also part of this joint investigation with the state. So our team coverage continues now with our investigative reporter, Kirsten Swanson.
She has new information and details about those programs, including a look at the money that they have received. Kirsten.
Paul and Leah, Minnesota's autism program exploded in growth with hundreds of centers operating around the state. But dozens of providers are now under investigation, and today marked a new chapter in those probes into the program. Minnesota Attorney General's office confirmed the feds served search warrants at these 5 locations spread out across the Twin Cities metro. Our 5 Eyewitness News camera found an active scene here at Empower Skills Academy in Fridley. Federal agents removed box after box from the center, placing them into a van outside of the front door. Last year, the state designated autism as one of 14 high-risk Medicaid programs vulnerable to waste, fraud, and abuse. Today, the Minnesota Department of Human Services acknowledged the raids. Commissioner Shreen Gandhi said in a statement, in part, DHS's partnership with law enforcement to provide investigatory information to federal investigators helps build strong cases, put criminals behind bars, and weeds out providers who are using Medicaid to line their pockets. The billing data of these providers is critical to those investigations, and 5 investigators actually obtained that information recently through a public records request. So we went digging today. We found Empower Skills Academy received more than $7.2 million in Medicaid reimbursements from 2022 to 2025. Aspen Associates, another provider rated today, billed 3 different high-risk programs for more than $5.6 million. Since 2018. I did speak briefly over the phone with Aspen Associates CEO Faisal Elmi. Federal agents served search warrants at 2 locations, one in Fridley and the other in Minneapolis today. Mr. Elmi told me he was not present during either raid, adding, quote, "I have no idea what they're looking for." In the newsroom, Kirsten Swanson, 5 Eyewitness News.
Kirsten, thank you so much. So 5 Eyewitness News. We've been on the scene since these raids started this morning. We've kept you updated all throughout the day with our push alerts. You can find all of our fraud reporting from the last year on this big story right now in the KSTP app. By the way, make sure you sign up for those push alerts on our app. You can stay ahead of breaking news.
All right, turning now